Let us pray. O one who has many names but breathes life into us all, this is the day. This is the day that we acknowledge those among us who have been tested and have prevailed, saying, "These fires of life shall not consume me. No, these fires instead will forge me into a warrior, into a Marine." This is the day. This is the day when we give thanks for the support these men receive from their family and friends, for those spirits seen and unseen of Marines past and present, the cloud of witness who attended them along the way, and for all those gathered here today on this sacred hour, on this sacred ground. This is the day. This is the day when we give thanks for the drill instructors whose leadership, discipline, and sacrifice instilled in these Marines values that make Marines the few and the proud. This is the day. And when this ceremony ends and the moment comes for these Marines to leave their drill instructor's watchful eye, may they go to serve our great nation knowing your eye is ever upon them. May your call to serve with honor, courage, and commitment be forever in their hearts. May your abiding love and presence and boundless blessing be always upon them. This is the day. This is the day that you have made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. For 244 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls, in the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies. Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with stilled resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis, to corps, country, and each other, that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company C, today marks the end of the 14-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton and on this parade deck, and have been trained, as are all Marines, as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Farsad.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, both those here in person and those watching online. On behalf of the Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot and Western Recruiting Region, Brigadier General Heritage, and the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, Colonel Palma, I'd like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Charlie Company. I'd also like to welcome the Parade Reviewing Officer for today's ceremony, Sergeant Major Vega. Sergeant Major Vega has served in the Marine Corps for 23 years and is currently the Sergeant Major for 3rd Recruit Training Battalion here at MCRD San Diego. And as a former drill instructor in Charlie Company, it's great to be able to have him out here and recognize him today. Welcome, Sergeant Major. Thanks for joining us. I'd also like to thank all the parents, families, and friends for everything you've done for your new Marines. Although you can't be here in person, I can assure you that your love and support was vital to their success. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to address the Marines of Charlie Company. Good morning, Marines! Congratulations! Today marks a milestone in a journey that began 15 long weeks ago when you arrived here and committed yourselves to becoming Marines. You were taught our core values of honor, courage, and commitment in order to make Marines of exemplary character with a clear understanding that being a Marine carries a special trust and confidence and the highest expectations of the American people. We developed your physical and mental toughness by imbuing you with a warrior spirit, able to thrive in a complex and chaotic environment, and able to persevere past and push past your perceived limits when your mettle is tested. You learn the skills of a warfighter, characterized by sound judgment and aggressiveness in execution. You hiked countless miles, learned to operate in the field, and completed our marksmanship program, enabling you to engage pinpoint targets at distances of up to 500 yards. You were taught how to decide, act, and communicate with a bias for action and with the boldness and determination required of every Marine. And we trained you to be leaders, embracing that exceptional and unremitting responsibility to each and every one of your fellow Marines. All of that training culminated in your most difficult task, the Crucible. Yet you came together as a team and you completed the Crucible and earned that title that you will take pride in for the rest of your lives, the title of United States Marine. Be thankful for your drill instructors. They have been with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 13 weeks. It is through their hard work and dedication that you are transformed into the Marine you are today. So congratulations again, Charlie Company. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. You have taken your place in that long line of illustrious Marines who have served as soldiers of the sea since the founding of our Corps. And so, as you leave here today, remember our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Because now you represent all those Marines who went before you, and you will help mold the ones who come after. May you always have fair winds and following seas, and remain Semper Fidelis.
Platoon 1050, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Robert J. Welker. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons. arms have been carried by the platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify the unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and were selected as the Platoon Honor Graduates. The Platoon Honor Graduates compete for the titles of Series and Company Honor Graduate. They are considered the top Marines graduating today and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps. The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.
Senior drill instructors, dismiss your platoon! Aye, aye, sergeant!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's graduation ceremony. Thank you for attending.